HQ presented by Mountain Dew. The Mountain is calling a final from West Lafayette, Indiana. The first game of our CBS doubleheader. All Notre Dame in this one, 66-7, a 59-point win, the largest win in series history between the two schools as Notre Dame bounces back in a big way. And let's get back out to the site. Welcome to CBS Sports college football lead analyst Gary Danielson. Gary, where was this team last week? What was different compared to last week to this week for Notre Dame?
Yeah. It's hard to understand, right? I mean, we talked about it in the first half. If you're a Notre Dame fan watching this game, I feel like you have two emotions. Like, wow, this is what we expected. And the second is, what the heck happened last week? And it's inexplicable. You really don't, if you're a coach, you look around and try to figure this out. If you're playing, you go, how could it be? I mean, Purdue, it can't be that much different than Northern Illinois. And all of a sudden, an Irish team that everyone thought, after that win at Texas A&M, that they were in the driver's seat to perhaps even pitch an undefeated season. Now, as we mentioned in the broadcast, they may have a mulligan, they may not. And they really can't, afford to throw another game like that pitch they had against Northern Illinois.
What did you see from Riley Leonard in this game? He is yet to throw a passing touchdown, but if he can get it done on the ground, 3 rushing touchdowns and 100 yards, I guess that will work rest of way?
I think he's a better fit for this football team than Sam Hartman would have been. This team needs the help of the quarterback in the running game to help the young offensive line. If they were going to do what they did last year with a drop-back passer, I think that young offensive line would struggle. Teams would really just overwhelm them with blitz packages and different types of packages. So I think what Riley does to this Notre Dame offense, he kind of forces the defense to simplify. And he can throw well enough. He'll be good enough throwing. But I think they've now set the standard that, Notre Dame with this offensive line, they're physical enough. When we talked to the coaches last night, they felt confident that the line was good enough with a little more experience. This was a good first step.
Notre Dame hands Purdue its largest loss in school history. Gary, I hope the home cooking is much better for you on this night than the Boilermakers that played in that game.
I've lost a few to Notre Dame, so no criticism for me. You just got to, if you're the Boilermakers, figure out a way to lace them up next week and play much, much better.
Get back on track. Notre Dame, again, with a 59-point win on the road at West Lafayette. Gary Danielson, gracious enough to join us here on CBS Sports HQ. Gary, a standout at Purdue back in the day. Led the conference in passing at one point. And we're not talking about passing here. We're talking about rushing, because Riley Leonard joining some Notre Dame company here. 11 carries, 100 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. The first Notre Dame quarterback with 100 rushing yards and 3 rushing touchdowns in a game since 2017. As you take a look at the names here on this list. And Riley Leonard has yet to throw a passing touchdown. That's 5 straight games without a passing touchdown. Another MAC team on the schedule next week, Miami of Ohio. Notre Dame looking to get past the MAC. They get past Purdue this time. Got to get past the MAC next week.